Hi, welcome to Market Alert for Tuesday the 19th of December 2017. So yesterday in the pound we see the market moving higher, get some buying at the 134 level, which then fades away. We can see a bit of selling here actually off this bar, and then it's not highlighted unfortunately, but then you see market sideways before eventually moving back down. So the 134 level was back through temporarily and then back to the downside. And you can see that we're still fairly sideways here, and as we drew in yesterday, which obviously I forgot to save, we had the lower cross here which actually held, so I'll save that this time. You can see the market trying to move back to the upside, which means if it's trying to do that, let's just mark up from this high down to this low, and you'll see the market's got these two resistance areas to overcome as well, the 62 and 76% retracement should it move higher. Also notice that we still got a bit of a downtrend intact here, so we'll need to drive through quite vigorously if it is going to move to the upside. So keep that in mind if we get any buy signals. Look at the bigger picture. Then in the Dow yesterday, you can see the market started off very choppy. We saw some buying attempting to move the market higher, and then we were hit by selling, and that was it for the Dow. The market then doing the usual sort of pattern here, off the high down to the low. You can see there 62% and 76%, so coming back sort of this pattern that it does, and then the sell signal moving lower. But fairly quiet day. There was no news out yesterday, but there were two signals there, and then in the evening there was a bit of a run there as well. And the daily chart, well, new all-time high put in of 24,875, only 125 points off 25,000 now. No end to this. You can see the market's going up on low volume as well. It's the Santa rally, end of year bonuses, all of that. So you can see why that's doing this at the moment. News, what's going to drive it today? Not a lot. There's all low impact news items apart from building permits, which is out at 1:30 before the market opens, and then Kashkari is speaking at 5:30, so nothing really to move the market either. And again, it's Tuesday, market's factored in the weekend news, and we're heading into the Christmas week. So if any side's going to be any good, it's going to be the buy side, because they're going to be determined to get to that 25,000. You will get pullbacks along the way, which we've seen, but they're generally brief. Not had a decent pullback for a very, very long time. And in fact, in an article on Zero Hedge, let me just show you this. Yeah, this article here, it says Taxphoria sparks stock buying panic. Dow does something it's never done before. And again, there's another article saying that they were pricing it in again just to keep the market moving to the upside. And that thing that it's never done before, if we just move down here, you can see here that the Dow closed at its 70th record high of the year. It has never done that before in its 100-year plus history. And they talk about Bitcoin being in a bubble. And also there's another article on here as well talking about the 450 million that was spent on the piece of art last month, and they're saying that art isn't in a bubble. Well, if that isn't in a bubble, how can Bitcoin be in a bubble? So it's all relative, it looks like, at the moment. It isn't a bubble until it crashes, I suppose. It's simple as that. It may have all the hallmarks, but who knows? We will just have to wait and see. Right, talking of Bitcoin, I'll come back to the implied volatility in a minute. Bitcoin, not that chart, Keith. Try this one. This is the actual traded on the exchanges. On the Bitstamp exchange, this one, and you can see there being fairly quiet for the last couple of days. Again, the launch of the CME futures, more hype than substance, and it's good news in a sense that this market's starting to become fairly quieter at the moment, because it will give us the opportunity to actually trade some of this with the spread betting companies. The actual spread with a couple of the companies has dropped a bit, but it's still over 100 points, which is too big without you hold a position. And again, some of them are still not taking the bets anyway, because they know they'll be on the wrong side of it, because nobody wants to sell this market at the moment. Even the futures contract is not seeing any selling. So wait till January when the big money hits the markets. You'll see the Bitcoin continue to move to the upside. And if that sounds ridiculous, then just remember about the Dow from 2009 all the way to where we are now. The Nasdaq breaking 7,000, which is here, breaks it for the first time, and it sends the VIX crashing. So obviously there's been some sort of third-party assistance here driving the market. We had a dot-com bubble in the Nasdaq in 1999. It's now higher than it was then. So yeah, it may be a bubble in the conventional sense, but that doesn't mean to say it's the end of it. It can become an even bigger bubble. Who knows? Just enjoy it while it lasts, or the government allow it to last. It's as simple as that. And it makes it easier as well, because if you're on the buy side, of course, you're with the consensus, which is always a good thing. But of course, you've got to be careful with something like Bitcoin, because obviously there's a mania type thing, and when you get lunatics that are prepared to remortgage their homes to actually take part in it, then it's slightly unnerving, to say the least. Right, quick look at the volatility before we conclude. So as we just saw, there was a forcing down of the volatility yesterday, and of course the knock-on effect is the implied is down as well, from 8.28 down to 6.75, back towards the 6.24, which is the low of the year that we had down in July. So again, the insanity continues across all markets, is all I can say. I didn't think we'd see these levels again, but sure enough, we are seeing them now. So look at a 2-year chart just to get an idea, and you can see we've not been this low ever. And then the further out you go to 10 years as well, you can see also here that we draw a line across there. We're way below where we should be. And again, if you look at this, you can't see all of this on the chart. It just continues off the chart at the top as well. So again, bubbles everywhere at the moment. Right, that'll do it for this one. If there's anything to report, I will let you know. Other than that, as ever, thanks for watching. See you in the next one.